Hello, Kinders. We're back for another night of stories. The first one we're going to read is Fish is Fish by Leo Leone. Fish is Fish. At the edge of the woods there was a pond, and there was a minnow and a tadpole. They swam among the weeds. They were inseparable friends. One morning, the tadpole discovered that during the night he had grown 2 legs. "Look," he said triumphantly. "Look, I am a frog." "Nonsense," said the minnow. "How could you be a frog if only last night you were a little fish just like me?" They argued and argued until finally the tadpole said, "Frogs are frogs and fish is fish, and that's that." In the weeks that followed, the tadpole grew tiny frog legs and his tail grew smaller and smaller. Then one fine day, a real frog now, he climbed out of the water and onto the grassy bank. The minnow, too, had grown and had become a full-fledged fish. He often wondered where his 4-footed friend had gone. But days and weeks went by, and the frog did not return. Then one day, with a happy splash that shook the weeds, a frog jumped into the pond. "Where have you been?" asked the fish excitedly. "I have been about the world, hopping here and there," said the frog, "and I have seen extraordinary things." "Like what?" asked the fish. "Birds," said the frog mysteriously. "Birds," and he told the fish about the birds who had wings and 2 legs and many, many colors. As the frog talked, his friend saw the birds flying through his mind like large feathered fish. "What else?" asked the fish impatiently. "Cows," said the frog. "Cows. They have 4 legs, horns, eat grass, and carry pink bags of milk." "And people," said the frog. "Men, women, children," and he talked and talked until it was dark in the pond. But the pictures in the fish's mind were full of lights and colors and marvelous things, and he couldn't sleep. Ah, if he could only jump about like his friend and see that wonderful world. And so the days went by, the frog had gone, and the fish just lay there, dreaming about birds in flight, grazing cows, and those strange animals all dressed up that his friend called people. One day, he finally decided that come what may, he too must see them. And so, with a mighty whack of the tail, he jumped clear out of the water and onto the bank. He landed in the dry, warm grass, and there he lay gasping for air, unable to breathe or to move. "Help!" he groaned feebly. Luckily, the frog, who had been hunting butterflies nearby, saw him and with all his strength pushed him back into the pond. Still stunned, the fish floated about for an instant. Then he breathed deeply, letting the clean, cool water run through his gills. Now he felt weightless again, and with an ever so slight motion of the tail, he could move to and fro, up and down, as before. The sun rays reached down within the weeds and gently shifted patches of luminous color. His world was surely the most beautiful of all worlds. He smiled at his friend, the frog, who sat watching him from a lily leaf. "You were right," he said. "Fish is fish." And that is the end of Fish is Fish. fish and a frog. Good friends. 1, 2, Buckle My Shoe by Jane Cabrera. 1, 2, Buckle My Shoe. One, two, buckle my shoe. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. We're hiding on each page of this book. 4 naughty little chicks. Just take a look. 3, 4, run out the door. 5, 6, do high kicks. 7, 8, jump over the gate. 9, 10, big fat hen. 11, 12, dig and delve. 13, 14, pigs a-snorting. 15, 16, in the kitchen. 17, 18, all a-waiting. 19, 20, it's a party. So much fun, giggles and glee. But where, oh where can those little chicks be? Rabbit says, close your eyes. Out pop the chicks. What a fun surprise. They were inside the cake, those silly chicks. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Count the balloons, all 1 to 20. Party fun and food aplenty. And that is the end of 1, 2, Buckle My Shoe. Our last story tonight is called Tucker's Best School Day. This book is by Susan Wingett. Tucker's Best School Day. Where's Tucker? Asked Tucker's father. Tucker peeked out of hiding. I don't want to go to school, he said. Hey, I remember the first time I went to school, Father said. I was scared. You were? Yes, but I did it, and you can too. Can Stitch come with me? Asked Tucker. You bet, said Tucker's father. Tucker got ready. Mother and Tulip packed a surprise in Tucker's backpack. Then they walked down the street to school. Welcome to Miss Blossom's class. Maybe I better not go in, said Tucker. Won't you and Tulip miss me? Of course we'll miss you, Tucker, but I just know you'll be great at school. Tucker's mother gave him a big hug. Tucker felt better, but Tulip looked sad. Here, Tulip, Tucker said, you can play with Stitch today. Come on in, Tucker, said the teacher. Miss Blossom, Tucker began, I need to go home. I help take care of my sister. I bet you're a good helper, said Miss Blossom. Can you help me put out the paints? Sure, said Tucker. I love to paint. But Tucker tripped and paint spilled everywhere. What a big mess. Tucker felt like all the other children were looking at him. I'm sorry, he whispered. "It's all right, Tucker," said Miss Blossom. "Making a mess is part of the fun." Before long, everyone was painting. Tucker made his truck bright blue. And after painting, it was music time. All the children sang and played. Tucker was having fun. When the song ended, Tucker just kept singing. The other children laughed. "Oops," said Tucker. "Let's all sing one more song with Tucker," said Miss Blossom. At nap time, Tucker went to get Stitch from his backpack, but Stitch wasn't there. Stitch was with Tulip. "I miss Stitch," Tucker thought. "I miss home." Then he saw something in the bottom of his backpack. He reached in and pulled out a picture. There was his whole family, even Stitch. Suddenly, Tucker didn't feel quite so homesick. At playtime, Jonathan and Jared were building a tall tower. "I'm good at blocks," said Tucker. He added one to the top. Millie went next. Her block made it to the tower. Tumbling made the tower tumble to the ground. "Sorry," said Millie. "That's okay," said Tucker. "Knocking it down is the best part." Soon it was snack time. Miss Blossom gave everyone an apple and an oatmeal raisin cookie. "I don't want an apple," Millie said. "I don't like raisins and cookies," said Tucker. "Let's trade." Before Tucker knew it, the school day was over. His mother was waiting to walk him home. Tucker waved goodbye to his new friends. "Bye, Tucker," said Millie. "Bye, Millie," said Tucker. "Tell us about your day," Father said. "Well, first I spilled the paint. Then I sang loud when everybody else was quiet. But then everybody sang with me, and Millie gave me her apple, and I gave her my cookie. And I brought home a picture." Mama put Tucker's picture on the refrigerator, and Father said, "Tucker, it sounds like you've had a 4-carat day. You painted a picture, you helped the teacher, and you made some new friends." Mother and Father said, "We're so proud of you." "Yay, Tucker," said Tulip. Tucker smiled and said, "I did it, and you can too." And that's the end of Tucker's best school day. Good night, Kinders. I hope you sleep well in your beds. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow, and I will see you next time.